you want to be healthier, yet you just don't know what to do? All these shows telling you this and that, but nothing seems to work. Well, listen close. Golden State Media Concepts has got something great for you. The Health and Wellness Podcast dedicated to workout trends, healthy eating habits, diet, and everything about healthy living. Join us in our banters as we help you not just live life to the fullest, but live it to the healthiest.
And welcome everyone to the Golden State Media Concepts Health and Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Pauline, and today I wanted to discuss with everyone ways to maximize our workouts and to get the most from it without sabotaging ourselves, because sometimes we can do really well in the gym or whatever it is that your particular workout includes, whether it's interval training, hiking, swimming, whatever it may be. We don't want to sabotage ourselves, because sometimes there are some of us that feel like, oh, I just worked out this morning, so I'm going to indulge in these 2 slices of cake. Or we say, there's many of us that will even say, it's okay, I can eat this or I can snack on this because I'm going to work out tomorrow. But then we're kind of like sabotaging ourselves, because if we're always just eating and then making up for it later or whatever, are we really doing ourselves justice? And are we getting the most out of our workouts? Then we get sad because we're not seeing the results as quickly as we want, because like I said, we're basically sabotaging ourselves. So I wanted to give you guys some ways to maximize our workouts without having to starve ourselves, without having to really do all these crazy dieting things either, because, that's not good either. So first off is going to be fueling before and after our workouts. So I personally like to have a little bit of something before working out, because you do want to keep our energy level steady. And there have been times, especially even though I like to work out in the mornings, so it's like usually the first thing that I like to do. There was a time when I went to go work out with my brother, and I didn't eat anything before my workout because my stomach was just kind of feeling weird and I just didn't feel like it. And I was running a little bit behind, and I got really tired halfway through the workout. I did. I just couldn't keep up, whereas I normally can. And then, of course, my brother is looking at me and he sees me like dying over there. And he's like, dude, are you okay? And I really wasn't, because I was so tired. So you want to eat a mix of complex and simple carbs before working out. Oatmeal, whole wheat toast, almond butter, yogurt, something to kind of get our energy levels steady. And then at the end, you want to balance with some carbs and protein after your workout. And this can be with, fruits, vegetables, hard-boiled eggs. You can have an egg white omelet with some turkey, chicken. Some lean chicken is really good as well, because you want to fuel your body also after the workout. You don't want to say, oh, I just worked out, let me go eat McDonald's, or oh, I just worked out. If it's later on in the day and let's go eat this ice cream, you still got to fuel your body to make up for what you just did as well. But then that also means that you don't starve yourself after, because you have used a lot of nutrients, carbs, and energy throughout your workout. So you want to replenish it and nourish it with good nutrients and a good balance of healthy carbs and protein. And then also a second thing to kind of keep in mind to help you with reaching your goals and maximizing your workouts is not to buy snacks in bulk. Like that big tub of cheesy puffs from Costco. Because honestly, it's easier, and we all know this, we always talk about this, to live a healthy lifestyle when we don't have the temptation. So not having the huge Costco bag of chips, not having all that, just candy, the big bulk things of candy, the family size bags. Or if you do that because you feel like it's cheaper, then breaking up those into individual portions. Any of your favorite snack foods, even, good healthy foods that we have to, because if you eat a lot of beef jerky all the time, everything in moderation. So, and also keeping healthy snacks at work, because we spend a lot of time at work or at school, whatever it is that you do. And it's easy to stop by the vending machine. It's easy just to eat somebody else's food, that they offer you. It's easy to go into the break room where some jobs will have donuts, will have the vending machine, the snacks, or somebody brought in cupcakes that they made. It's easy to get tempted, especially at work where we are there all day. And when you get hungry all day and it's easy access, it's convenient. So packing healthy snacks with you, or having a drawer of healthy snacks that you can, enjoy, and that will help you curb your appetite, will keep your blood sugar and everything stable. And, especially if you're somebody who eats every 2 to 3 hours because that's what you have decided to do and that's what's best for you, and you've kind of been working towards that, having healthy snacks makes it a lot easier to stay on track. And especially at work, just having that easy access at work or while you're at school so that you don't fall off. Because if you think about it, for most of us, we're not home. We're home in the morning, then we're home in the evening when we come back. But the big portion of our day is spent at work, spent at school, whatever. And so being prepared for being out of the house is what can be key in maximizing your workout and getting the results that you deserve and the results that you're looking forward to without sabotaging yourself. Because you can have a really good breakfast and have a really healthy dinner, but if throughout the day you're snacking or stopping off at fast food restaurants, you're, and it's easy to get lost. And if you're like me, I like to have a snack on my desk while I'm working or while I'm reading, while I'm researching, whatever it may be. It's okay. I'm not saying not to have that. I'm not saying to stop that. I'm just saying think about what it is that you're snacking on. Freeze some grapes in the freezer overnight and then have those throughout the day, especially during the summertime. Frozen grapes are delicious. They taste so good. Or having, carrots, having celery sticks, things like that you can have that are easy and that you can chomp on, eat on, just right there at your desk, that don't make up a big mess, that don't make up a lot of noise, that don't take preparation. You can just cut them up at home before you leave for work and throw them in a Ziploc bag and they're ready to go. It's real simple, and it helps make it a lot easier when trying to make these wise decisions that will help maximize and not sabotage the hard work that you put in that morning or that you're going to put in that evening during your workout, and making it all worth it. So with that, I'm going to take it to a quick break. And when I come back, I'm going to jump into some other things to consider so that we can, again, maximize our workouts and really get the results that we are all looking forward to. So keep it locked here. You're listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Health and Wellness Podcast. I will be right back.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Golden State Media Concepts Health and Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Pauline. And so I'm going to jump right back into ways to maximize our workouts and really get the full benefits from all of our hard work. So another thing is salads. Now, salads are something that not all of us enjoy. I personally go on like salad waves where there's times where I'm like, ooh, this is good. I love salad. There's other days when I'm looking at salad, I'm like, this is rabbit food. But, everybody goes through it. But if you are someone that does enjoy salads, or you're trying to learn how to enjoy salads and you're wanting to enjoy salads and you are doing it right, and you think, oh, okay, all day long I'm eating salad. I'm having salad for lunch and dinner, or maybe you have it for breakfast. I don't know. But you're not seeing any results, and you're like, what in the world? I'm eating salad all day long, every day for the last 3 weeks. Why am I not seeing any results? I'm going hard in the gym. I'm eating rabbit food. What is going on? It could be because of what you are doing with your salad. Now, I applaud you if you have been trying really hard on trying to consume more salad, because one, is just really better to consume more vegetables into your diet, as well as it can help you reach your goals. But the thing is, what are you putting on your salad? Are you also having a high calorie, high sugar, high carb salad dressing? Are you also getting that little piece of bread that sometimes are also offered when you get salads? Like if you go to a place like Pluto's, or you go to a salad bar, they often offer you bread. Are you taking that bread? Are you also having a fountain drink with that salad? Soda, Gatorade, juice. So now your potentially healthy salad has turned into something that may or may not have more calories or sugar than if you were to get something else on the menu. So be very, very careful with that, because that's how you can really change something that's meant to be healthy and make it unhealthy. If you're adding a sugary and high caloric dressing to your a really high calorie dressing to your salad, it kind of defeats the purpose, you know what I mean? But you can add other things. I know that sometimes just eating straight leaves is really difficult, but there are other things that you can add to it to kind of help make your salad more enjoyable. You can add grilled meats. You can add boiled or poached eggs to add some protein. You can also add beans, nuts. I like to add dried cranberries for that sweetness, that sweet tartness that I have to have. You can add toppings such as brown rice. You can use spinach as a base versus iceberg lettuce, which I feel like tastes like nothing. B, it has no nutritional value whatsoever. So it's kind of a waste of your time and waste of your taste buds. So spinach, there's kale, there's all types of red leaf vegetables that you can try as well. You can dress it with just a little bit of olive oil. You can add balsamic vinegar, or you can squeeze, lemon or lime for some more flavor there and make it a little bit tangy. So there's other things that you can do to make your salad enjoyable and make it taste really, really good. You can add salsa. I love having salsa on my salad. That really helps, especially a really nice fresh pico de gallo is delicious on top of salad with like grilled chicken or grilled steak and things like that. So that can help add some different flavors and some variety to your salad combinations as well, because I know that can be sometimes really difficult. And people, I know that even for myself, I would complain that salads are really boring, that I don't feel like it, that I'm over that taste. But there's different ways to add to it. Some people add fruits, like mandarin slices. I'm not really into the mandarin slices, but some people are. You could also add strawberry. I love a great, great strawberry and spinach salad. Sounds delicious right now, especially during the summertime. It's really, really refreshing. You can add cucumber. You can add carrots. You could add a variety of different flavors, bell pepper. You can add jalapenos, pepperoncinis, a lot of other things that you can add to your salads that aren't bad for you, that can also help add some flavor and help add some, combination to your diet to kind of help you so you don't feel that you're just getting bored with it, which I know can be a really big deal too. And then also, and going on with this whole suggestion of eating smarter and things like that is don't deprive yourself. So when it comes to salad, like I was saying, you could add all the different variety of different flavors to the salad to kind of help so you don't feel like you're depriving yourself. You're just eating smarter. Like simply adding in cranberries, dried cranberries really gives me that burst of sweetness that I like, that sometimes we find in salad dressings that are really, really sweet. And sticking with foods that are high in fiber but lessening our sugar intake can really, really help make a difference and maximize our workouts, as well as staying away from things that are processed. You just want to stay away from things that are really packaged and have long shelf lives. You can eat foods and snack on things such as avocados, walnuts, almonds. They'll help make you feel full longer. Fish such as salmon and tuna, which have a lot of omega-3 fatty acids. And salmon is just really good. You can grill it. You can, some people eat it not as cooked. You can have it a little bit more raw on the raw side. You can bake it. It's a lot of things that you can do with salmon. You can have stuffed salmon. You can have salmon on top of your salad. That's another way to add some variety. You can have salad with avocado. You can even put salad on top of whole wheat toast. There's a variety of things that you can do with salmon that can, spice up your life as well. And just, you don't have to deprive yourself. You can just eat smarter and eat, more fresh, and that will definitely help. And again, choosing fresh whenever possible. So trying not to have frozen fruits, frozen vegetables, canned fruits, eating the real deal. Slicing the vegetables yourself, going to farmer's market, going to the store and buying the vegetables and fruits yourself and slicing them yourself versus now, if you're one of those people who's like, hey, I like to use frozen fruits and vegetables for my smoothies. You know what? If that's the step in the right direction for you and that's a happy medium for you, then by all means, I'm not going to say don't ever eat frozen vegetables, don't ever eat frozen fruits, because I know that sometimes they're very convenient. I understand that as well. But, just trying your best to have more fresh foods, especially when it comes to vegetables and fruits, visiting farmers markets, going there weekly and buying seasonal fruits. So buying fruits that are in season at that time versus having, out of season fruits can also help as well. And this can be really good to have in your bag as a quick snack, fresh fruits and vegetables as a quick snack on your way to and from work, on your way to class, or just while you're sitting at work, just chomping on an apple. That really helps too, and makes it a little bit easier when it comes to deciding on what we want to eat and making fresh and healthy decisions that are not going to sabotage our workouts. Because again, there's nothing worse than going hard at the gym and trying our hardest, sweating and giving it our all, and then coming home and just in one meal, like with, for instance, a salad, and with the salad dressing, using up all of our calories and then some that we just burned off in our workout. So with that, I'm going to take it to our last break. And when we come back, there's a few more tips that I want to give you to consider when making decisions that will help us get the most out of our workouts. So keep it locked here. You're listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Health and Wellness Podcast. I will be right back.
Are you looking for the very best NFL and college football podcast? Then check out the GSMC Football Podcast. Get the latest football news both on and off the field. From the NFL Draft to trades to the rumor mill to the NFL Combines, they got you covered. That's GSMCpodcast.com/football-podcast. Get updates on college rivalries, game day insights, and much, much more. It's football talk the way you want it. This show eats, sleeps, and breathes football. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit GSMCpodcast.com for more info.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Golden State Media Concepts Health and Wellness Podcast. So I'm getting ready to wrap up this episode of the show. And I think that this episode is really important because we've all been there where we are trying our hardest, we're giving it our all, and we're just not seeing results. And it's not necessarily because we are it's not necessarily because we aren't going hard in the gym, that we're not giving it our all. It really could be that we're sabotaging ourselves in the kitchen, or in what we are eating and consuming, or not eating and not consuming. So, and it's kind of just like sucky when that happens, because you're trying your hardest, but then you may not realize that you're sabotaging yourself with something such a small thing, such as salad dressing, or eating what you're having before or after a workout. So I wanted to move on into some other tips. So ordering the right way when we go out to eat, because that can have a lot to do with it as well. If you go out to eat a lot because, one, you just may not like to cook, maybe you always go on dates, maybe your loved one likes to take you out, maybe because you travel a lot for work, or just travel a lot in general, so you're not at home to cook, or whatever your reasoning may be. My brother, he lives in a dorm right now that has no kitchen. They only have one microwave per floor. So he's forced to go out to eat often, or to try to hang out with friends that do have kitchens in their apartments or whatever, in order to eat at home. He's literally forced to eat out all the time. So making wise decisions when we eat out is very, very important as well. Oftentimes, restaurant dishes are a lot bigger. They're higher in calories. They have a lot more fat than home-cooked meals. So there's ways that you can make good decisions. One thing is, what I like to do, and my mom and I do this often together, is when we're going to a new restaurant, or even a restaurant that we've been to before in the past, we will look at the menu beforehand and already decide what we're going to have before we get there. So we'll look at the menu, we'll look at the nutrition facts, we'll look at, how many carbs it has, the calories, things like that. And we'll decide before we even get there. So it's easier to make a decision in a well-determined, well-thought-out, thought through decision before you even get there. So you don't even feel the pressure. You don't panic. You don't just say, okay, shoot, I'll just get this because it looks good. Or, oh, I'll just get the salad. Because, eating salad out is good too, but maybe you don't really want a salad today. Maybe you do want to get, chicken. And then you can decide, okay, I'll get this kind of chicken and I'll ask for steamed vegetables. Or maybe they have some items on the menu that are, keto friendly, paleo friendly, that might be gluten-free friendly, vegan friendly, depending on your diet restrictions and dietary needs. They might actually have something, depending on what restaurant you are going to, that might just fit what it is that you're looking for, that you don't necessarily have to just get a salad when you're out. So, deciding what you're going to get beforehand can definitely help. And it also makes it so it's easier. So when you get there, it takes away a lot of that stress that sometimes you get when you're looking at the menu. And sometimes menus don't have nutritional facts on them. So you don't know how many calories, you don't know how much fat and things like that are associated with these different plates. So then you can know just beforehand. A lot of things you can Google. Also, if you want to just call the restaurant beforehand, and maybe there's a few different dishes that you have in mind and you wanted to get their input as well. And maybe there's different ways. Maybe a plate that you have comes with a loaded baked potato, but you can get steamed vegetables instead. So there's different substitutions and add-ons that you can make as well that can kind of help. And then also ordering appetizers instead of full-on entrees can help with portion control and portion sizes as well. Or another cool and easy trick that's really, really easy and simple is you can also either ask that when you order, you could tell your server, your waitress, your host, you could say to them, can you have the chef box up half of it so that they only bring out half of the dish? Because again, some places they have really large platings. Or you can ask as soon as when they bring out the food that they bring you a to-go box, and you just right away, right there before you even start eating, put half of it in the to-go box. Then you have lunch, dinner, or whatever for later or tomorrow that you could take to work. Or, and then also you just see, because sometimes we think that we have to eat more because our eyes see it and we want it and it looks great. But if you just automatically remove half of it, now you only have half a plate. And now you've helped with that portion control. So that's another way, another easy trick to kind of help you stay on track when eating out, because, eating out doesn't have to be stressful. It can be still very enjoyable, even if you are on a diet. And even if your friends who aren't on diets pick the restaurant, it doesn't mean that you can't enjoy it with them. Some people say, oh, I just eat before I go. That's really great. But I'm the kind of person, even if I eat before I go, I smell food, I want it. I mean, that's just something that I have to deal with and I have to learn to get over. But that's just me. That's something that I know about. So I use some of these other tricks, such as being prepared about what I'm going to order before I get there, and or also putting away half of it automatically right away so I don't have to worry about it, and that I feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more proud of myself, even because I'm only eating half the plate because that's all I have in front of me. And then also, another way to kind of maximize our workouts is to stop drinking our desserts and just dessert in general. Because caramel macchiatos have a lot of sugar, have a lot of calories, have a lot of fat, and just trying to be careful of what we're drinking. Sodas have a lot of sugar, have a lot of calories, just a lot of fancy drinks, drinking in general, alcoholic drinks, when you have like these mixed drinks, some smoothies that a lot of us think are really healthy for us really are not. Even at Jamba Juice, I know I love Jamba Juice as well, but just making these smart decisions and looking at the nutrition facts and making the best decision, and maybe not getting the medium-sized smoothie. Maybe you should tone it down and get a small, or split it with somebody so that you can still enjoy it, but you're not sabotaging your workout. You're not consuming all the calories that you just burned off in one small smoothie. That is really something that can, or just trying your best to get used to black coffee, just straight coffee. And then last but not least, of course, drinking more water. We talk about this almost like every other episode, but it does help with digestion. It helps with keeping our skin and hair. It helps with, weight loss and water retention. It can also, help with snacking and overeating if you drink before and also in between meals, so our stomach is always full of something. And just having reusable water bottles really does help, especially if you work in an office. Just having the bottle there next to you does help, because we see it, so it's easier to get down more drinks as well, as far as water is concerned, to help drink more water. A hydro flask, some people walk around with a huge gallon of water. Hey, whatever floats your boat and whatever makes it easier for you, it gets the job done for you. And making sure that you're consuming a lot of water from the second and the moment, the minute, the time that you wake up to the time that you go to bed. And the more water you drink, the more your body will get used to it. And then you'll get to a place where you may be doing something out of the ordinary. Maybe your routine is a little bit switched up. Maybe it's the weekend, and instead of going straight to work and having your water while you're at work, you go to visit your parents, or you go to see your nieces or your nephew's basketball game, and you realize, oh, I haven't had water, and you start feeling dehydrated. So you really do start to notice a difference when you are regularly consuming water and staying hydrated. You will feel a difference when you feel dehydrated. And that can also help with muscle cramps and with stretching and just injuries as well. Staying really hydrated can help with that. So that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast. These are just some tips and ways to help maximize our workouts so that all of our hard work does not go to waste in just one meal. My name is Pauline, and I have been your host, and I will talk to you guys next time.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Health and Wellness Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.